Good afternoon, and for those of you watching the Guernsey Show in the south end of the arena, we'd like to welcome you to this year's International Guernsey Show. Our first class in the ring this afternoon is Spring Calves. Our first place award is presented by Good Nature Products of Orchard Park, New York. Our junior award in this class is presented by Idle Knot Farm of Ripley, Oklahoma. My name is Deb Wendorf-Boyk with Wisconsin Center for Dairy Research, and I'll be your announcer for the heifer classes this afternoon, as well as the cow show tomorrow morning. As our spring calves are circling the ring in the Guernsey Show, it is my privilege to introduce our judge for this afternoon's show. Mr. Lynn Harbaugh is an area sales representative with North Star Select Sires in north central Wisconsin. He and his wife Sarah and sons Jacob and Logan also own and operate Bellevue Holsteins, a small herd of elite registered Holsteins. Prior to joining Select Sires, he was co-owner and operator of a successful farm partnership, achieving the highest lactation average in the U.S. for all herds over 112 BAA, while breeding and developing multiple All-American nominees and show winners, including being the co-owner of the 2000 World Dairy Expo Grand Champion Red and White show. They have also sent several bulls to stud. A past president of the Wisconsin Holstein Association, he currently serves on the state board. Harbaugh has judged in more than 15 states at the district, state, and national level. In 2007, he served as the official judge of the Grand International Red and White Show here at World Dairy Expo. He's also judged at the Royal Winter Fair, the North American International Livestock Exposition, the New York Spring Dairy Carousel, and the National Holstein Show at San Luis Potosi in Mexico. Harbaugh has been an official judge for the Hordes Dairyman Contest and also enjoyed serving as an official for the post-secondary judging contest held at World Dairy Expo. Please join me in welcoming our judge for this year's International Guernsey Show, Mr. Lynn Harbaugh. Judge Harbaugh will be assisted this afternoon and also tomorrow by our associate judge, Mr. Paul Trapp. Currently in his 17th year with ABS Global, Paul is a regional sire analyst. He and his wife Sarah and sons Cole and Bo, born last year during World Dairy Expo's Holstein Show, own an elite group of registered Brown Swiss, Jerseys, and Holsteins, receiving All-American nominations across all three breeds. Trapp has served 5 years on World Dairy Expo's Dairy Cattle Show Committee and was a member of the Young Dairy Leader Institute inaugural class. He has judged shows in 15 states, including the Midwest Spring and Fall National Holstein shows. He's also traveled to International Dairy Week in Australia and to shows in Brazil and Puerto Rico. Trapp has served on All-American panels for Brown Swiss, Red and White, Milking Shorthorn, and Holstein breeds. He's also a member of the Pit Crew Genetics and works numerous sales as a ringman throughout the United States. Let's also welcome Mr. Paul Trapp as our associate judge this afternoon.
Now is certainly an appropriate time to introduce our judges in the Grand International Red and White Show ring. Our judge, Brian Cascardin, was raised on a registered Holstein farm in eastern Ontario, and he is a sire analyst for CEMEX, purchasing bulls across Ontario and the north-central United States, as well as in the United Kingdom and Ireland. Prior to becoming a sire analyst, he enjoyed many successes as a professional fitter, working for top breeders around the world. His judging assignments have taken him to 20 different countries. Brian has judged numerous shows in the U.S. and Canada, judging the 2009 Royal Winter Fair Red and White Show and the 2008 International Holstein Show at World Dairy Expo. He remains active with various youth programs, and he promotes youth involvement in the CEMEX Walk of Fame, which he coordinates each year at the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair and World Dairy Expo. He and his wife, Linda, have 3 children, Craig, Lauren, and Colin. Please let's give our judge in the Red and White Show, Brian Cascardin, a warm World Dairy Expo welcome. Our associate judge in the Red and White Grand International Red and White Show is Kim Sarabasa. Kim Sarabasa Vila is the owner and general manager of Triangle Holstein. For the past 15 years, he has worked with dairy producers to provide genetic mating services, cattle selection, advice on reproductive. We'd like to recognize those juniors that placed high in the class. Our second place junior owned animal is entry number 3007, Speak NJ Destry Rafi Red, exhibited by Matt Hankus of Luana, Iowa. The winning junior in the class was entry number 3012, Lions DL Reality Yahoo Red, exhibited by Carly Lyons of Castalia, Iowa. And in the open show, placing third in the class is entry number 3000, Jerland Get Me There Red, exhibited by Joseph, Zach, Jerome, and Darian Stransky of Owatonna, Minnesota. Placing second in the class is entry number 3002, Ms. Starmark Rexy Red, exhibited by Starmark of Wooster, Ohio. And winning the class, and also the Bred and Owned Award, is entry number 3022, Westphalia SS Amaryllis Red, exhibited by Charles Westfall of Brownsville, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge Cascardin, your comments.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back here again on, well, I guess they're not colored shavings this year, but on this great stage, and what a great show we're about to have here. If the first class is certainly any indication, we're in for a great afternoon. Starting this first class is a calf that I think when she comes in the ring, you really have to appreciate her overall balance and her correctness throughout. She's not a calf that wows you because of her long dairy neck, but she's a calf when you get up on her and you analyze her. She's so strong, she's so deep, and she moves out extremely well on her hind legs. She's very correct, very balanced throughout. I will admit this dairy calf in second is slightly longer through her neck and more slender through her neck today. However, she just doesn't have the power for me today to win the class. She's a calf. This calf in first just exhibits a little more width of muzzle today when you stand in front of these calves. She's a calf when you pull her in line, and when you see her on the move, she just has more strength up through that chine and through that front end than this beautiful dairy silky calf following out in second. This calf in second, she really catches you when she walks around the outside. She has that beautiful openness to her rib, that silky hide, and that clean bone throughout. Not moving just quite as well on her hind legs as this first calf to get over her today. The calf in second, however, uses that strength through her loin, that length through her rump, the more correct pitch to her rump to go over this long frame, beautiful calf following out in third. The youngest calf in the class is this one in third. You appreciate her length of neck and her correctness throughout. She has just a little more depth of forerib for me today, a little more strength up front, if you will. When you view her from point of shoulder to point of shoulder, a little more width across there, and just a little more width all the way back through over this very, very pretty calf following out in fourth place. This pretty calf in fourth, I moved up at the last over this fifth place calf. For me, she just carries herself through her top line a little more correctly at all times. She's a calf that has just a little more drop to her forerib, and a calf that I just appreciate her on the move in her strength of loin a little better than this long frame dairy calf following out in fifth place. And the calf in fifth over the calf in sixth, she uses that length to her advantage. She's a calf that's just longer in her neck. She's a calf that's longer from her shoulder right back to her tail head, a calf that just shows me just a little more style on the outside, but a very correct calf is this in sixth. A really nice class of calves. Congratulations.